Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things narcissism, and this video is going to be about whether or not a narcissistic person fears losing you, losing your love. When it comes to fear, we are all human, so we can all have certain fears within us, and we can all fear losing those that we love, either losing those we love to death or losing those we love to somebody else. We can all have that fear within us of losing somebody we love. Therefore, there is a high probability that a narcissistic person could potentially fear losing you. However, genuinely speaking, they don't tend to fear losing your love as such. As when it comes to narcissistic people, what they are seeking is that excessive admiration and adoration and attention. What they are seeking is that supply from you, whatever supply it is that they want from you. So when it comes to a narcissistic person, they fear losing your gratitude. They fear losing your adoration. They fear losing your praise, which is often why you'll hear a narcissistic person turn around and say, "Is that all the thanks I get after all I've done for you?" Because they're offended. What they did for you, they're expecting that eternal gratitude. They're wanting to toy with your emotions to get you to feel obligated into doing things for them. And when they lose this, as they've put the work in to gain it, they feel entitled to it. And they are more than willing to exploit you, manipulate your emotions to get the attention that they believe they are entitled to from you. When it comes to your supply, it might be monetary status, might be the home, the roof that you provide for them. It could be the lifestyle that you provide for them. It could be how you look on their arm. It could be you being an enabler and supporting them and protecting them because you don't understand the severity of the situation you are in. So whatever it is as a form of supply that you are providing for that individual narcissist, they can more than likely fear losing this, which is why they go all out to be highly critical of you, to pull you down so that you feel like you're worth less than you actually are, and you become too afraid to speak up for yourself, and why they isolate you from people, because it protects themselves. It stops them from losing you. When it comes to narcissistic people, they tend to lack the empathy. They also tend to lack the object constancy, which is something developed around the age of 2 or 3, where you can still care about someone even if there's conflict or distance or disagreements, which is often why even when a narcissist is hurting you so badly, you still care about them. Even when the narcissist has disappeared on you, ghosting you, fallen silent on you, you still care about them. You still want to make it work with them. The same doesn't apply for a narcissistic person. It's almost like out of sight, out of mind, unless they feel a need to punish you or make you suffer. They're very quick on getting revenge. So it's not like they miss you because they care about you. They either miss the supply you were providing them, or they want to get revenge on you. When it comes to narcissistic people, you'll often notice that they fear losing you with those unjust accusations, those false accusations with no grounds. So when you're doing everyday things that are usually the very things that they claim to fall in love with you, be it your appearance, your hobbies, your laughter, how you dress, the very things that they fall in love with you, they slowly take away from you because they're actually envious of those things and don't want someone else coming and preying on you and taking you away from them. So if they can destroy all within you, that helps them keep control over you, although then you are no longer the supply that they required So they discard you because they're no longer interested in what they've turned you into. So when it comes to just going to the gym, they'll start with those accusations of, oh, who are you going to see? When you're going out with friends, or even when you're just going out to work, what are you going dressed like that for? Who are you trying to impress? And it's their jealousy projecting outwards because they fear losing your loss of supply. They fear losing your attention. So if they can criticize you to cause that psychological damage in your mind where you no longer feel like you're good enough, they believe they get to keep a hold of you a lot easier. Although then they are no longer as attracted to you because you're not the person you used to be, which is often why you'll find once you escape a narcissistic relationship and you begin to find yourself again, they get the face on that you've changed because you've discovered who you were, the person that they were pushing down within you. So you couldn't be yourself with them. Another sign that they fear losing your supply and your attention is they're very critical of you. They're always finding fault in you. They're always putting you down. They're always putting other people down. This is usually down to their envy of other people. So they seek to tear other people down. And it's also down to their fear of losing others. So if they can make somebody else look poorly in your eyes and then exaggerate themselves, it can potentially make you feel more grateful for who they are as a person. So if they do something, they can just turn around and say, oh, well, so-and-so's partner does this, which is far worse. So they're being critical of somebody else to try and make you feel grateful that they're going to be there for you. They can have addictions. There's many reasons why people can have addictions. However, when it comes to narcissistic people, their addictions, when it comes to the fear of losing love, often means that they are very weak-minded. They have very little self-control. They are very good at lying and stealing and cheating and gambling and other recreational drug usage, often illegal drugs, to run away from their fears. So as much as they fear losing your supply and they fear losing your adoration and your attention, because it is that supply, if they can have another source of supply lined up and they feel entitled to have this, they will happily go and cheat on you with somebody new, love bomb that new person so they don't believe when you tell that person who they are, and also be highly critical of you so the new person almost feels obligated into rescuing the narcissist. Therefore, the narcissist isn't so fearful as losing your supply and your attention because they're getting it from elsewhere. Losing a loved one is a very painful fear and a very painful emotion when you do lose a loved one. With a narcissistic person, they tend to project their fears over to those that they claim to care about. They tend to place those fears within you, almost in a kind of way of, look, see, it's not just me, you're just as bad. So when it comes to a narcissist, they will purposefully talk positively of somebody in front of you to cause that self-doubt within you. And when you just go to communicate with them, they'll go, oh, is somebody jealous? Because they're a jealous person. However, if somebody gets a new job and you say, oh, congratulations on that new job, well done, the narcissist will be offended by this. They will believe that you've turned against them. Oh, what are you after? What are you sucking up to them for? Or do you prefer them to me? So they are allowed to flirt with somebody in front of you. You're not allowed to compliment somebody. They're allowed to flatter someone. You can't compliment someone. They provoke those feelings of jealousy within you, and then they accuse you of the very feelings that they've provoked within you. And this is where the narcissist gaslighting takes a bit of a nasty turn, because they actually provoke the feelings within you to then accuse you of having those feelings so that you doubt yourself more and lean more on them for support, not recognising what they're doing to you. And they almost want to create that feeling of jealousy within you to cover from their own inferiority. So when it comes to narcissistic people, they fear losing your supply, they fear losing your attention. However, that fear of losing you doesn't stop them from doing the very things that will inevitably one day lose you. It doesn't stop them lying to you. They lie to you to keep a hold of you. They don't lie to protect your feelings, they lie to protect themselves. It doesn't stop them deceiving you, it doesn't stop them exploiting you, it doesn't stop them cheating on you. They tend to have very little self-control, and they also tend to fail to take responsibility for their behaviour. So because they fear that lack of attention, they go and seek it elsewhere, and then when you find them out, they turn it round and say, well, if you'd have paid me more attention, I wouldn't have had to go elsewhere. And they genuinely, most of them genuinely believe within their minds that it's your fault. However, as they're seeking that excessive supply, no matter how much attention you give them, is never going to be enough for them. So yes, just as much as a narcissist can fear losing you, it doesn't stop them doing the very things that will inevitably lose you. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. And if you are unlucky enough to be unable to go no contact with a narcissistic person, I do have a new book out, which is out on Amazon now, 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People, if you'd like to go and check that out. The link should also be in the video description. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.